Hello, this is Tazlon. I am here in the Lighthouse for Lighthouse Tutorial Series What Would You Do? Volume number 12. In Siegfried Line Assault Defense in my BK 2801. This is the tutorial series where at several points in the battle I will stop the film and ask if you were driving my tank, what would you do? And then I'll tell you what I did and tell you why. So, in the beginning I want to charge right up to the front, look over to the left and try to give my team an idea of what tanks are on what sides and see if anybody's crisscrossing position in the field. I can usually get off one shot before I have to leave. Normally I pull up, spot, and get out of dodge right away because you just can't stay up here too long before you start taking fire, and I loiter a little longer than I should trying to get a good shot, and then I blow the shot anyway and put it over his back. And then as I leave, kabam, 304 hit me, which isn't good in one way. It's good that he didn't do much damage, and it's also good in that I know he fired from out in here somewhere. So even though I haven't seen him, I know kind of where he is, which is perfect for me later on. If I move out into the field, I kind of know where to expect to find him. Any kind of intel that you get like that, you need to just lock away in your brain and be ready to pull it out and use it later on if you move in that area. So I'm going to pull up here and assess the situation to the north. CDC is just an easy target to snipe at, so I'm going to snipe at him right now. I wouldn't mind moving up to A7, but the Tiger's already there and the T-54 is already there, and 3 tanks in the same area with 4 already. Not a good thing. They might hit 2 or 3 of us at the same time. We'd just be getting in each other's way, so I have to wait right now before I move over there. For some reason, the AMX-12T is downtown shopping, I guess. It's a good thing he didn't run the zero line, or at least if he moved up to these bushes, he would be able to spot our artillery. He would force me to be reacting to him, but he chose to go into the middle of the fight, which may not be the best idea. Ooh, and the Tiger P falls. STA-1's moving in. You would think these 2 mediums could handle this corner of the map, and they don't seem to be doing a very good job of it. STA-1 just died. It's like everybody keeps going over there and dying. I really thought by the time I got over here the T-54 would have killed the Indian Panzer, but it appears that he's more getting killed than doing any killing, so obviously there's more than one tank shooting at him. I don't want to move up there beside him because there's already 2 or 3 tanks putting rounds into that location. Not a good place to move to. I'm going to pull back here. Now, you've seen the T-54 Mod 1 taking shots from multiple tanks, but we aren't certain exactly where they are off to the right of us. What would you do? Well, here's what I'm going to do. T-54 is backing up, and so I'm going to move down here and get set up in case the Indian Panzer goes after him like he is. I'm ready to kill him. The Indian Panzer had no idea I was over there. I never got close enough to where I'd get proxied, and he's thinking he has an easy kill on the T-54, so I just set up and waited on him and was ready to take him out. Now I'm going to pull up here and peek over and see what I can see. There's the E-25. He's coming towards me, but he's not aimed in at me. What would you do? No, I'm thinking of 2 different things right now. If I can get to the side of E-25, I can take him out. At this distance, he's going to pump a couple shots into me before I even get close to him. And I really don't want to get into a side face-hugging fight at the moment because there's 4 enemy artillery on the loose, and I already know the 304 is looking for me. So if I do manage to beat the E25, as soon as he dies, I'm going to have a bunch of incoming rounds on my head from the artillery. So I'm going to take a shot at him and then back up over the hill and try to get him to chase me to our side of the hill. I hit, he hits, but doesn't really hurt me. And I'm going to back up, not in a straight line, move around in case artillery is trying to get me. And now I'm going to move over here toward the center. Hopefully the E25 comes to where he last saw me. The T-54 is lining up on him, and now I'm going to stop and take a shot at his flank. And now at his front, and he's dead. So, 8-7 at the moment. And we have 4 battle tanks. They have 3, and the rest are artillery. This is where artillery starts to hurt your team because they just aren't as mobile and they can't do as much. They can't fire as often. So when you have these battles with lots of artillery, it's better to have tanks left and not artillery. In this case, it's going to hurt them badly. So we know where 2 of the 3 tanks are. We can see them. And then there's the artillery, which we assume are spread out from here down to in here somewhere. What would you do? And I'm thinking, you know, right now we have 3 heavies and a medium once he gets there against 2 heavies and a TD. I'm going to go find these artillery and take them out. 2 of the artillery already have kills. The 304 is mobile enough to cause trouble. And there he is, right where I thought he would be. I just have to evade the view of the Tiger. We know where pretty much everybody is but artillery right now. I'm going to try to take out the 304 and then see if I can get a shot off on the Tiger. Oh, there's the Lorraine. He just fired. I can sit here and see if I can get this little sliver of a shot on him. Bang! Now it's time to go after the 304, who knows where I'm at. This is just going to be a stare down and see who gets to fire first. I have to stop and get a good shot. He aimed ahead of me and it's too late. Him aiming ahead of me and me stopping threw him off just enough to let me shoot first and get the first shot. Now it's just ouch. Tiger hit me, fixed my tracks. I'm going to turn around and see if I can get a shot off on him. If I do, I'd probably kill him. But he's disappearing and I shoot before I'm aimed in and I throw it high. I'm going to sit here and wait and see if he backs up. And he dies. Good deal. So I'm not even going to ask you what I'm doing now because you already know I'm looking for the Artie. So off I go to the south looking for those dastardly artillery. The T-54 and the Artie are ganging up on the Jag Tiger. You would think one of them would have an easy shot on the guy. Oh, there's the Su-14-1. He fires. I get to see if I can hit his little piece of tank that's exposed. Bam! I love this inaccurate gun, don't you? The Artie died, and now it's the T-54 and me against their 8.8 and a GW Panther. Now, I'm telling the T-54 to wait. I want him to wait and not press his luck with the TD because I should have an easy time killing this this artillery, especially since he just fired. Now I get to pull in. I don't have to worry about him reloading at all. Don't have to worry about the TD firing at me. I can just pull in and take a good shot and take him out. It's just going to be the T-54 now. I can tag team the TD. So what would you do? We know the TD is right here and he's going to be facing this way. I can try to come up this way and go around, but the T-54 looks like he was coming over here. I don't know. I decide I'm going to go down. I'm going to come all the way in from this way because I just don't like the chance of exposing myself here. And the trouble is the T-54 is getting caught by the well, he got caught by the TD. He just couldn't wait. So now, he knows where nobody is. I know where he is. He doesn't know where I am. Man, I can't talk. You can see exactly where he's at. What I want you to do right now is look at the map and plot the path you would take to approach him. We know certainly he's looking this way at the moment because he just killed the T-54. What route would you take to try to close distance on him and get a shot? And I'm sticking to the plan I had in the beginning. I am going to go around this way and come in like this. What I'm thinking is he knows I was down here because I was visible down here. So I'm thinking he's probably assuming I'm going to come in this way. I'm going to pop out here. I'm going to pop out here. And so he's most likely going to be cheating that way, and now he's going cap. I would bet he's either covering this hole or covering this hole. And so I'm going to try to outthink him and come this way and maybe get a shot at him. Hopefully light him up and the artillery can get a shot at him. He has 2 kills. Doesn't have great win percentage, but he has 2 kills, so whatever he's shooting at today, he seems to be hitting. So I'll see if he can get a chance to help get some damage. My goal ultimately is to either be able to catch the 8.8 so far away that he can't see me while I fire, which is unlikely because of where he's going to be in town, or to be able to figure out where he's at and then relocate and use the cover of the buildings to pop out and get behind him, because once I get behind him, the fight's over. And there he is. I'm going to pull up and see if I can shoot. I have to hurry the shot. Yep, he was cheating just where I thought he was. I have to go behind the building and keep from him shooting me. Now, he knows where I am. I know where he is. I have 32 seconds to reset this dude or we lose the battle. What would you do? And I'm waiting a little bit to hopefully get concealment back. And then I am going to go over here and try to wrap around. We'll see if I can get through here without being seen. I have a chance. If I get seen, then we'll just see what he does. Okay, he sees me and he doesn't get a shot off. I'm going to come in. He's moving forward, so that means, hey, I can try to sprint around this corner and come out behind him, and we'll just see what he does as I come out here. Oh, man. He's running away. He's dead. There's no way he's winning this. The game is over. All I have to do is prevent him from getting to the building and using the building to kind of slide off me. So I'm switching to heat so I get a bigger boom. See, I just did almost 400. He's trying to do that. I'm going to position to where I can get away. Now I'm going to shoot into his side. Dead tank. Game over. Top gun and several other medals. Matter of fact, I ended up getting 2,851 damage on 6 kills, 489 spotting damage in 4 spots, and then I killed all 4 arties. So I got a Dumitru, I got a Top Gun, I got High Caliber, and I got a Defender. Nice little medal haul. Throughout the battle, until the end, I never really played aggressive. I go up the middle and spot like I normally do from right here. Spot this way, take a shot, and then run back here. Hang out in these bushes and help snipe along this boundary until I see what the situation is, and then when the time's right, I move up. Now in this case, because we had tanks there already, I didn't move up as early as I normally do. And when I did, the Indian Panther and the T-54 were facing off. It's like, the Indian Panzer doesn't know I'm here, so I don't want him to know that I'm here. I don't want to expose myself. I'm going to hold back. The T-54 Mod 1 is appearing to be mortally wounded. I'm going to set myself in a position where when the Indian Panzer chases him over the hill, I'm going to be ready to put a shot right into his side and take him out. And that worked perfect. Then when I went back up, I was going to go out and try to get to the field, but the E-25 was there. So I had to try to basically do the same thing. I baited him to come over the hill. The T-54 came in and got a shot. And then I was back off to the side, and by the time the E-25 could get me lined up, I was able to get off another kill shot. So the same trick worked twice in a row, really. And then it was off to Artie land and find the Artie. And I had to take a couple really small target shots at two of the TDs because only the very top of their tanks was showing, and my gunner was obviously on his game today and hit both shots, and it ended up letting me take all four Artie out right in a row. And unfortunately, the T-54 at that point had got caught in a stare down with the TD and lost to the 8.8. And so I guess I could have gone, remember the TD was right in here looking this way, I was down here. I could have tried to come around this way, but there's a gap right in here that you have to run, and it was either going to let me with an open area here I had to cover, or an open area in here I had to cover, and I just didn't think that was good. So I knew with the TD having seen me last in this area, 9 out of 10 players, probably 95 out of 100 players, if they try to cap and force me in, are going to be guarding this hole or this hole. So wherever he sets up at, he's going to be cheating his tank to this side. So I decided to go all the way around. I had time to do it and come in from this way because I figured that would give me one shot to get a reset on him, and it would let me know where he's at, and then I could plan how I wanted to attack from there. Well, I missed my shot. He missed his. Then I had to run a little baby gap right here to get away. And the idea was to come around this way, and I thought he was going to be waiting on me and I'd have to try to outrace him to get to his side. But he chose to run instead, which I really don't know why, but it sealed his fate and lost the game. Because if I get behind to 8.8, it's over. You saw me switch to heat, and I started doing over 300 damage a shot and took him out in short succession after that. I think 2 big hits and he was dead. So a pretty easy game overall, even though it was kind of tense at the end. I had the upper hand because I outthought him, and I have a more agile tank, and I know that when you get behind an 8.8, if you need to take him out in a hurry, switch to heat. It does the job. If he didn't have anything close to him where he could have tried to slide up against the building and slide off of me, then I just would have stuck with HE and taken more shots, but saved about 8,000 credits by doing it. In this case, I saw what he was trying to do, and that's get against the building and slide backwards to force me off of him. So I switched to heat so I could get in 2 big damage shots and take him out before he could pull off that defensive maneuver on his part. From Siegfried line, assault defense, getting a somewhat rare medal for the Dimitru, and carrying my team to victory. Happy hunting.